Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have mentioned one of the most important figure of legalism during the Warring States period, Shang Yang, who was the founder of the centralized system of governance. Today, we will talk about another great figure. He was named Han Feizi. Han Feizi, whose surname was Ji and given name Fei, was later known as Han Feizi. He was a prominent thinker of legalism during the Warring States period and was born into the noble family of the state of Han in Xinzheng. Now is in the Xinzheng city near the Zhengzhou of Henan province in China. He was known for his intelligence and love of learning from a young age, particularly enjoying readings on legalism from figures like Guanzhong and military strategists like Sun Wu and Wu Qi. Also, Han Feizi's later works are marked with the label of legalism. His true mentor was Xunzi, a Confucian sage. Both Han Feizi and Li Si, who was later became the chancellor of Qing state, studied Confucianism under Xunzi. However, neither of them followed Confucian thought, instead turning to legalism. Confucianism and legalism are the two most influential schools of thought in ancient China, often held opposing views. For example, Confucianism advocated the inherent goodness of human nature, called Ren, while legalism believed in the inherent evil of human nature, called 性恶. Confucianism promoted governance through virtue, or called 德政, 德治, while legalism promoted governance through law, called 法治. These two schools were always at odds with each other. However, they were not entirely unrelated. For instance, Xunzi, the last great Confucian thinker before the Qing dynasty, proposed the theory of the inherent evil of human nature, which deviated from traditional Confucian thought. Unlike Mencius, who only mentioned the inherent goodness of human nature in debates, Xunzi wrote a whole essay titled 性恶, means the inherent evil of human nature, in which he argued that human nature is inherently evil and that all goodness is artificial. He believed that all the evils and chaos in the world stem from this inherent evil. People's nature is to love profit, which leads to competition and strife. People naturally dislike harm, which leads to cruelty and destruction. People naturally seek pleasure, which leads to chaos and erosion of moral values. We will discuss Confucianism in more detail in future videos. The theory of the inherent evil of human nature can be considered the logical starting point of Han Feizi's legalist thought. Han Feizi's law, method, power framework is based on this assumption of human nature. Legalists believed that humans, being inherently evil, needed to be governed, and that moral education to cultivate goodness was futile. Even if people became good, it would not be due to moral improvement, but through external artificial means. Han Feizi was an excellent writer, but had a stutter. As a prince of Han state, he repeatedly advised the king of Han to govern diligently, but the king never took his advice seriously. Feeling that his political ambitions were stifled, Han Feizi began writing extensively. His works eventually made their way to the state of Qing, where they were read by the king of Qing state, who would later become Qin Shi Huang. That means first emperor of China. The king of Qin was so impressed with Han Feizi's writings that he considered him a great talent. At the time, Qing state was at the peak of its power, and the king, Yin Zheng, was preparing to conquer the 6 states and unify China. His chancellor, Li Si, devised a strategy to first attack Han state and Wei state, then Zhao state and the Yan state, followed by Chu state and finally Qi state. However, when Zhao attacked Yan state, king of Qing state saw an opportunity and changed his strategy, attacking Zhao first. When the Qing's army surrounded the Zhao's capital of Handan, the famous general Li Mu defeated the Qing forces. Seeing Qing's failure, Wei, Chu, and the Yan states formed an alliance with Zhao state to counterattack Qing state, forcing Qin Shi Huang to consider halting his attack on Zhao and return to the original strategy of attacking Han state. King An of Han state, called Han An, upon hearing that Qing was planning to attack his state, was terrified, knowing that Han state was already weakened and could be completely destroyed this time. However, someone advised him that King of Qing was a great admirer of Han Feizi's writings and had expressed a desire to be friends with him. They suggested sending Han Feizi to Qing state to persuade the king to spare Han state. King An of Han, seeing this as an opportunity to get rid of a troublesome advisor and potentially save his state, then sent Han Feizi to Qing state. According to the 资治通鉴, in the 14th year of Qin Shi Huang's reign, that means 224 BC, King An of Han offered territory map and the royal seal, requesting to become a vassal state of Qing, and sent Han Feizi as an envoy. This indicates that Han Feizi's mission was to present Han's royal seal, a symbol of the king's authority, to Qing as a gesture of submission. Upon arriving in Qing state, Han Feizi visited his former fellow student, Li Si, and discussed with him about how to preserve Han state from destruction. However, now Li Si, who was just concerned about his own position, and saw Han Feizi as a threat. Meanwhile, a man named Yao Jia, who had been appointed by King of Qin as an upper minister, was undermining the alliance against the Qing state by bribing the rulers of the four states with Qing's wealth. When Han Feizi met with Qin Shi Huang, or King of Qin, he criticized Yao Jia for using Qing's wealth to form personal alliances with the rulers of the four states, also accusing him of having a lowly background and being a former thief who had been expelled from Zhao state. Han Feizi also advised the Qin king, the king of Qin, that it was in Qing's interest to keep Han as a buffer state. However, despite his intellectual prowess, Han Feizi's political maneuvering displeased the Qin king. After consulting with Li Si, the king of Qin state decided that Han Feizi was too talented to be left, but could not be of use to Qin. Han Feizi was imprisoned and soon died. According to records of the grand historian Li Si, fearing that Qin Shi Huang might regret his decision and reappointed Han Feizi for an important position. So he sent someone to poison him in prison. However, since Qin Shi Huang had not ordered Han Feizi's death and expressed deep regret afterward, it's possible that Han Feizi took poison himself. It's possible, realizing he could not save Han's state or fulfill his political ambitions. So in this video, we have talked about Han Feizi's life and what he had experienced. In the following videos, we will talk about legalism and Han Feizi's thought. How could this thought influence the following Chinese dynasties, and how and why and what can help the rulers to rule the country and the countries and his ministers and his people. That's very important to understand Chinese culture and Chinese history, or why it works like that. Okay, if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for your remark and share. Thank you for your watching. See you in the next video.